1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Guitar land, Mike Heading here, coming to you today with the old classic song 9-Pound Hammer, a jam standard. You got to know this song if you want to play some bluegrass. And we're going to do it with our capo on the 2nd fret in the key of A. We're going to be thinking out of G position though. And we're going to work on 2 solos. We're going to work on just like the basic melody, getting down the absolute simplest melody of this song down, and then some easy ways to spice up that basic melody. And then we're going to get into more of like a beginner intermediate solo, bluegrass style solo, spice it up with some G runs, with some slides, with a couple little licks, but hopefully keeping it in the beginner realm so you can tackle this song after you learn the basic melody. I'll break down both solos note for note and then show you a bunch of backup I would do, some bass walks, some G runs, some placements of the G runs and how to play those in time in the song. We'll break that all down as well. Alright, here's 9-Pound Hammer in the key of A. Alright, let's start breaking down this basic melody to 9-Pound Hammer. Remember, I've got my capo on the 2nd fret, so we're going to be sounding in the key of A, even though we're thinking in the key of G. If you don't have a capo or you don't know where your capo is, you can definitely play this in the key of G, or you can move it around. Capo 3 would be B flat, capo 4 would be B. You can play it wherever you feel comfortable, wherever it fits your voice. But remember, we're going to be thinking in the key of G and then using a capo, a very common tool in bluegrass. All right, let's jump into this basic melody. All right, so let's play the first 8 measures. That'll be like halfway through the basic melody. Here we go. Do that a few times. I'll do it really slow. And one time a little faster. So we're basically be playing all melody notes to start with the basic melody. So we're going to start on the open 4th string on beats 2 and 3. So beat 1 is going to be a rest. We're going to play 1, 2, 3, and then with our middle finger we're going to play the 2nd fret of the D string, and then open 3rd string twice for measure 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be a dotted half note. So a dot adds, it's 1.5 times the normal value. So a half note is 2 beats. So 1.5 would be 3 beats total, because half of 2 is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. So that's where we're getting that dotted half note. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the counting is really going to be the trickiest part of this basic melody. What we're playing left hand and right hand wise is going to be pretty simple, but I really want to kind of hone in on the counting to make sure we've got that down. That's going to be the most important part of playing this basic melody. So let's do that a few times. We have 1. And I'm using all downstrokes with my right hand to start. Get some good tone out of your guitar. 1. And then on beats, on measure 3, we're going to come in on the 2, beat 2, and we're going to play our first down up on the open 2nd string, and then the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and then open. We're kind of walking down those notes. And then down to the 2nd fret, and that's where we're going into a C chord. So we have, you can kind of go into a C there, or you can just play the 2nd fret, either way. So we have 1. And we have another dotted half note in measure 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then same rhythm in measure 5, just on the open 3rd string. 2nd fret on the 4th string, open for a whole note, and then walking back up. So we're doing a lot of that. Beat 1 is a rest, and then going 2 and 3, 4, 2 and 3, 4, 2 and 3, 4. We basically do that rhythm 3 times. So we have 1, 1, 1, 1. So I'm just kind of counting the ones there so you can hear that rest. The other thing you can do with your right hand is kind of play like an air guitar stroke. You know, sometimes kind of keeping your right hand moving, it looks a little weird, but it's a good way to keep the time. Even if you're not playing the strings, you can kind of just keep your right hand moving up and down on that quarter note beat. So 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, you know, like that, or half notes. You're basically just trying to keep your right hand in rhythm a little bit. I kind of think of that like if you were, you know, you see someone that's running, they get up to a red light, and they kind of keep running in place. You know, you're kind of trying to keep that rhythm in your right hand. So that's what we're doing there. Let's play it a few more times. Here we go. So that's this 9-pound hammer is a little too heavy. Buddy for my size, buddy for my size. So that's what we're playing there. And then for measure 9, same rhythm, we're going to come in on beat 2. So we let that whole note ring out, the 3rd string in measure 8. And then this is kind of like the chorus, the well roll on buddy part. So I'm going to use my ring finger and put it up on the 3rd fret of the high B, or the 2nd string, the B string, and play 3, and then open E, back to the 3rd fret, and then a little run. So that's 1 and 2. So I went down on the 2nd string. Really important here, an upstroke on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then down. So you have and then a dotted half note, and then we basically play the 2nd half of the verse. Really the only thing that's different between measures 1 through 8 and 9 through 16 minus the pickup is measures 2 and 3 get substituted for measures 9 and 10. So if you can do that little picking pattern 1 or 2 and 3 4, 2 and 3 4, you pretty much have a pretty good majority of this basic melody. All right, let's play through the whole thing. Here we go. 1. Okay, so a couple little basic ways I would spice this up before we get into the basic melody. So a very, very common technique in bluegrass is finding those open strings, so the 4th string, 3rd string, and 2nd string, on a string below and then sliding into it. So 5th fret should be the same as the open 4th string. The 5th fret on the 4th string should be the same as the 3rd string. And then the 4th fret should be the same as the 2nd string. So that'd be one thing you could do is instead of going, a bluegrass way might be, so now I'm sliding into the note. And then, you don't have to do it every time, but kind of having that awareness of where those open strings become the same. play around with that idea because we're going to use that a lot in the bluegrass style solo, is that concept, finding that note on a lower sounding string and then sliding into it. You do that a lot in bluegrass. Alright, now let's break down a little bit more advanced bluegrass style solo, but I still think you could get this if you're a beginner. Let's break it down right now.